children, your families of all kind. Remember, they all need hugs, they all need love, and all that love comes from God. So thank you for being with us today, and God bless you all.
That will benefit all of us.
It's always been inside me to make things. So merging art and business can be a little tricky.
We took a leap of faith, both quit our jobs. The puppet started to take over a little bit, and we said, hey, let's do this.
From where at? What part? Oh, the Bronx. Oh, they're cool too. Cpac, how you doing? You know what? I got to tell you, it's an exciting time on Capitol Hill. People were really concerned about, that first week. Y'all know what happened that first week. No need to relive the stories. But we were hearing the chatter outside the chamber. And we were hearing everybody say, man, what are these guys doing? They got this thing figured out? How are they going to govern? Is this going to succeed? What's going to happen? Have they weakened themselves? And I remember I was telling a bunch of reporters, you just calm down. We're going to get this thing worked out. And then we're going to do the job that the American people sent us to do. And what you've seen so far, and we're just getting warmed up, but what you have seen so far is House Republicans holding this administration accountable. And the press will always say, well, don't you think you should just get down to governing? And I always tell them, you cannot govern a nation if elements of your government have run amok. You have to make sure that all of the agencies and all of the bureaucrats have one goal, one mission in mind, and that's advancing the agenda of the American people. Not part, not some, not R, not D, but all of the American people. And that is what we are committed to on Capitol Hill. I actually love my assignments too. I'm on some pretty cool committees. You guys might catch this stuff on Instagram or Twitter, stuff like that. Time out, Twitter. Let's focus on that for a moment. I am so happy that they have been bought by somebody who actually believes in free speech. Because what was going on before was a travesty for America. Our adversaries across the aisle, they like saying that they're the ones who are fighting for the soul of America. But it is conservatives who have always been fighting for the soul of America. Because we don't really mind disagreeing with you. We can have debates. I actually like campaigns. They're fun. A lot of work, but they're fun. But if we're going to be in the battlefield of ideas, let's be in the battlefield of ideas. Let's not suppress ideas through the back door because that's the only way you can win an election. Let's allow all of our people to have their voices heard. Let all of their ideas flourish. It's not for you to agree. It's not for you to agree with me. It's for you to decide which way do the American people want to go. That's what this is about. So when we're in oversight and we're talking to the old Twitter execs, and you hear the bias in how they viewed a lot of this stuff with the Hunter Biden laptop, and they said, well, we just made a decision. We just felt this was the right thing to do. And I'm looking at them like, in what world is the right decision to suppress information? The New York Post is one of the longest standing newspapers in the history of America. Who told some mid-level exec it's cool to suppress their information and their reporting? So what we're fighting for is an America where all thoughts and all viewpoints are allowed to be flourishing in our country. And if there's one thing I'm going to promise you, is that we are going to succeed on that front because people are tired. You know, I remember in America, this was back when I was apolitical, not in politics, regular person, loving life. And I remember people would have their political debates, and you would have family members say, oh no, we don't talk politics at the table. We're here to eat and enjoy each other. And somewhere along the way, we've had families become divided just over politics. That's not healthy for our country. Our country cannot survive that. We can survive a lot of things, but what we cannot survive is being at each other's throats to the points where even families can't remain families. But you don't do that by silencing a family member. You do that by, at the Thanksgiving table, well, after the turkey, because you got to make sure the turkey gets done. Because mom ain't going to be happy if you arguing over the turkey. Let's finish the turkey first, and then let's get to the arguments. When the Cowboys are winning on Thanksgiving, I'm a Cowboys fan. So when the Cowboys are winning on Thanksgiving Day, you see, this is why I love free speech, because we can't even agree on who America's team really is. And we know America's team are those Dallas Cowboys. But I see you, Kansas City. Patrick Mahomes, listen, Patrick Mahomes is a bad boy. That's a bad man right there. Anyway, back to this. Don't boo me anymore, okay? Don't do that anymore. But let me tell you right now, that's what we're focused on. Last thing I want to really bring up. What's the future going to look like? As conservatives, our job hasn't changed, but the way we go about our job has to change. Our job has always been a constitution that is strong, that covers all 50 states, that protects individual rights and individual liberty, that allows for free commerce and free opportunities, that allow all who come here and all who are born here to flourish using their God-given talent to seek the American dream. That is still the mission for conservatives.
It's echoing. Oh my God.
It's not good enough just to talk to conservatives. It's not good enough just to talk to Republicans. We have to take our message to all areas of our country. There are urban corridors in our country who have had enough. Y'all saw what happened to Lori Lightfoot. She gone. You saw what happened to her. Bye, Lori. You have voters in Chicago who have said enough is enough, and they want better. But it's not just good enough to point out what they do wrong. We have to show what can be done right. We have to talk about how in urban communities, a child's opportunities in education matter so much more than how many dollars you throw at education. We got to explain to parents that if you're at the head of the line, not some administration, not some principal, not some bureaucrat, that's the pathway for your child to be successful. That's part of my own story. Because my mother, Meredith P. Brown, Brooklyn, New York, she said, no, I'm in charge of my son's future, not you. We got to take the message to urban communities. You have mom and pop businesses. They employ 3 to 5 people, that there's a better way for you to have access to capital. Not a heavy-handed government with a bunch of alphabet soup agencies that don't even know what they're talking about, y'all. These people are dumb. They don't know. You got to explain to them the best way forward for you to be successful is a robust financial system. Yeah, you got big banks, but we need a whole lot of small banks. And we need them all through America. And what stops that is the reckless, dumb policies that have come out of Washington, D.C. for far too long. And if we explain that to business owners and to parents and to churchgoers and to community activists in urban corridors, if we give them another opportunity, another shot, another viewpoint of what politics actually means and what policy actually stands for, then we can save the greatest nation man has ever known. So Cpac, that's my mission. That's what I'm about. That's what I'm going to be doing. And if you catch me on other networks, you know, talking to Joy Reid or somebody else, you know, I did do that too. You know, but when you catch me on these other networks doing this, the whole reason is to spread the message of conservatism. God bless you guys. God bless the Cpac. God bless America.
Nikki Haley.
Thank you so much. It's great to be back at Cpac. I'm always happy to be here with my fellow conservatives. In case you didn't notice, the liberal media's heads are exploding about my run for president. And we all know why. The media can't stand the fact that I'm a conservative. Think about it. I'm a woman, I'm a minority, and I'm the daughter of immigrants. I am proof that liberals are wrong about everything they say about America. When I launched my campaign, I said every politician over 75 years old should be required to take a mental competency test. Have you seen DC lately? We should start with Joe Biden, and we shouldn't stop there. Now, Don Lemon didn't seem to like that too much. He claimed I'm not in my prime. In which I responded, hold my beer. I'm 51. That's younger than Don Lemon. It's also younger than Hunter Biden. And it's 30 years younger than Joe Biden. But Don says women have to be in their 20s or 30s to be in their prime. And the left say we're sexist. Liberals are the most sexist by far. For the record, I was right. Every politician and judge should have to take a competency test. If you want to start at age 50, I'm good with that too. I didn't say the same for sexist middle-aged anchors, but Don Lemon proved CNN should probably consider that as well. Liberals attack me because they don't like who I am or what I say. I'm running for president to stop America's downward spiral toward socialism and end the self-loathing that has taken over our country. I'm running for president to renew an America that's strong and proud, not weak and woke. When I look to the future, I see our country rededicated to freedom and opportunity. But when I look at the present, I see the total opposite. Joe Biden and the Democrats are giving us oppression, poverty, and lawlessness. This is not the America that called to my parents 50 years ago. And make no mistake, this is not the America I'm going to leave to my children. The Democratic Party is now a socialist party. Bernie Sanders and AOC, at least they own it. Look at how much taxpayer money that Biden has wasted since he took office. On Joe Biden's watch, we hit $31 trillion in national debt. He's put us on track to add 20 trillion more in the next 10 years. And by the way, some Republicans have helped him do that. We need to stop with the earmarks and pet projects once and for all. Joe's only regret is that he hasn't spent more. He wants more handouts to illegal immigrants, more bailouts to rich college students, and more carve-outs to big labor and big business. He doesn't mind spending so much because he knows it's your money that he's spending. And the only thing Joe Biden needs to spend more of is more time in retirement. One of my heroes, Margaret Thatcher, said, "The problem with socialism is you end up running out of other people's money." This failed president is trying to prove it. But the socialist Democrats don't just want to spend our money, they want to take our freedom. They think they have a right to order us around, from light bulbs we use to the words that we speak. And now they want to ban gas-powered cars and gas stoves. When it comes to destroying our freedom, the socialist Democrats will never stop. It's time for the American people to stop them. Socialism is weakening our country at the worst possible moment. We need an economy that can outcompete China. But the only competition Democrats want is the one on who's most triggered. We need families who are thriving and confident. But liberals have given them the highest inflation in 40 years and the lowest confidence in history. And we need our military to be stronger than ever. But what does Joe Biden have our troops doing? Taking gender pronoun classes. Now, I'm the wife of a combat veteran, and that disgusts me. Our troops already know the difference between men and women. They also know that we need a different commander-in-chief. It's not just our military. On Biden and Harris's watch, this woke self-loathing has swept our country. It's in the classroom, the boardroom, and the back rooms of government. We're told our country is flawed, rotten, and full of hate. Joe and Kamala even say that America's racist. Wokeness is a virus more dangerous than any pandemic, hands down. I have traveled the world and back, and I've seen what's out there. America isn't perfect, but the principles at the heart of America are perfect. And take it from me, the first minority female governor in history, America is not a racist country. I will get the self-loathing out of our schools. I will get the self-destruction out of our culture. And once we make America proud, we will make America strong. And this starts by bringing back law and order. In my administration, police and Border Patrol will know that we have their backs, and criminals and illegal immigrants will know that we have their number. And I'll restore faith in our elections, too. As governor, I signed voter ID in 2011. The media went crazy, and I was vilified for it. They said I was trying to disenfranchise voters. So I called their bluff. I said, anyone that is unable to get an ID, we will go pick them up, take them to the DMV, give them a free ID, and return them home safely. Out of 5 million people in South Carolina, you know how many people asked for a ride? 25. Now South Carolina has more people voting than ever before. And it's racist to think that minorities are incapable of getting an ID for themselves. I'll make America strong at home. We'll have safe streets, secure elections, and a strong economy that lifts up everyone, not just a select few. And I'll restore our strength in the world. I'll make our armed forces of the United States more powerful and capable than ever before. Never forget, a strong military doesn't start wars. A strong military prevents wars. I'll bring the same strength to the White House that I brought to the United Nations. As ambassador, I said we'd have the backs of our allies. But I also told them that anyone that didn't have our backs, we'd be taking names. Remember what happened when we moved the embassy from Tel Aviv to Jerusalem? 128 countries condemned us. So I took names. I went to my office and I had my staff put a list together. They listed all 193 countries. The second column, I wanted them to say the percentage of times they voted with the United States and against the United States. And then I wanted the last column to show how much foreign aid we gave them. Guess what? We give billions of dollars every year to countries that undermine America every day. They stab us in the back and then they turn around and have their hand out wanting money. Some of them even support terrorists that try and kill our troops. To this day, we're giving foreign aid to Pakistan, Iraq, the Palestinians, and even communist Cuba and China. We need to stop trying to buy friends, and all we're doing is paying off our enemies. When I'm president, we will stop giving money to countries that hate America. Our enemies think they can walk all over us. I mean, did you ever think that Americans would look to the sky and see a Chinese spy balloon looking back down at us? It was a national embarrassment. Make no mistake, Communist China is the strongest, most disciplined enemy we've ever faced. We need to hold China accountable, and we need to start with COVID. And before we even talk about the cartels, we need to confront the fact that China is the one sending the fentanyl across the border. I can't believe that Biden is letting China get away with so much. Chinese companies now own more than 380,000 acres of American soil, some of it right next to our military bases. What are we doing? We should never let enemies own land in our country. And we should tell every single university, you can either have Chinese money or you can have American money, but you don't get both. China thinks the American era has passed. So do our enemies. But they're wrong. America is not past our prime. It's just that our politicians are past theirs. It is time that we have term limits once and for all in Washington, D.C. Americans deserve better than the way we're living today, and I'm confident we can take our country to her best days. The plan I'm calling for will do just that. It's fundamentally conservative and profoundly American, and I know we can unite our people. But real unity doesn't come from faint hearts or watered-down compromises. Real national unity comes from boldly proclaiming our national purpose. It comes from standing on principle and persuading opponents to stand with us, like I did when I was governor and when I was ambassador. I'll take this message far and wide in the days ahead. But I have a particular message for you, my fellow conservatives. We've lost the popular vote in the last 7 out of 8 presidential elections. Our cause is right, but we have failed to win the confidence of a majority of Americans. That ends now. If you're tired of losing, put your trust in a new generation. And if you want to win, not just as a party, but as a country, then stand with me. I'm here to ask for your vote, but I want something else even more. I want us to inspire our country again. Together, we can summon our fellow citizens to look past the failed ideas and leaders from Washington and find the courage to be part of the solution. I truly believe we can make this vision real in our time, because that's what I've seen in my entire life. As a brown girl growing up in a black and white world, I saw the promise of America unfold before me. As the wife of a combat veteran, I saw our people's deep strength and the courage to defend it. As governor, I saw our state move beyond hate and violence and lift up everybody in peace. And as ambassador, I saw that America is still the standard. When we speak, the world listens. Where we lead, the world follows. Who we are, the world wants to be. This will always be the greatest nation in human history. Now we have a duty to make it greater still. This is my purpose. This is our mission. Let's save our country from weakness and wokeness. Let's bring back a nation that's strong and proud. If anyone can do it, it's the American people. And I have faith that we will prove it again. Thank you, and God bless America. Thank you.
Okay, everybody. Okay. Let's see. So can Rusty now go ahead and throw me up there on the big screen there, please? Solo layout. No. Solo layout. Click. You gotta click on my camera. Right click on my or tap on my camera. Solo layout. There we go. Welcome to Cpac, everybody. This is all Media Row. Everybody is allowed here. It's not just media that's allowed here. So you pay for the ticket, you're allowed here. But I've been seeing some interesting people, interesting things. There's a lot of incoming traffic from after that speech. I'm trying to get
Sure
on
you'll be
the
around for.
side. So I've been busy. I've been handing out awesome Justice for Ashley Babbitt bracelets. You'll
Ronnie,
see
stay
a
Johnny
lot of people.
with our strongest bundle ever, so you can use
What
less.
am I hearing in my headset? I don't know. I don't know if you guys heard that in the stream or not. That was very weird. So I'm giving you guys a good tour, and then we're gonna go and do a little bit of investigating in between the speeches here. So come back for the next, in between the next speech, and we will go ahead and have somebody to talk to. The next speech should be starting soon, so Rusty Nail, I hope you have that right.
How quickly it all changed, right? Who would have thought that just a couple years later, bam, we would be where we are right now. The truth is, under Donald Trump's leadership, America was great. Under Joe Biden, America is crumbling.
Called him earlier. So yeah, I've been here. Yep. Hold on. Hey, Justice for Ashley Babbitt.
Let's go.
I'm still staying on. Make sure I did part time.
Yeah, we're good. But
cities attempting great here, and you being there doing what you can is a force for good that other people need. Yeah, this is all not
And that's the tour. But I still need Rusty now to go ahead and figure out. Okay, I can do it.
Thank you.
What do we think about that? Now, I don't know about you ladies, I can't think of a worse representation for our gender than someone who not only did not have the qualifications for the position, but has utterly failed at every single task she has been given, right? I have an idea. Don't do us any favors as women. We don't need any special treatment, okay? How about you let us be these strong women we are, and we will earn it all on our own, ladies. What do you think? As a woman, let me be the first to say that I don't need your help to achieve a position. I only want a position because I earned it and because I am the best person for that job. Don't choose me based on anything other than merit and merit alone, right? That's all we want out there, and that's fair and that's equal. And so many people wonder why? Why is this all happening? Why the war on women? Why the wide open southern border? Why allow criminals to roam free? Why try to indoctrinate and sexualize our children? Now, the truth is, this is not just a war anymore between Republican and Democrat, left and right. This is good versus evil at this point in the United States of America. We all feel it. And the truth is that those who are pulling the strings absolutely hate this country. They want to fundamentally transform it. And they've been happy to tell us that in no uncertain terms. So how do you do that? How do you fundamentally transform a country? Well, you tear it completely down to rubble, and then you build it back in your perfect globalist image. And that's what they think they're going to do to our country. What do we say to that, ladies and gentlemen? Absolutely not. We're not going to let that happen to America. While there are so many issues that plague our country right now, none are more important to me than our children. You can judge a society by how we treat the most vulnerable in our society, and no doubt those are our kids. And as a mom of 2 young kids myself, I often think about what kind of country are we ultimately going to be leaving to them? What will they think of America one day? How will they view America? How will they view this world? And whether it's critical race theory, woke ideology that permeates every nook and crevice of our society, or an educational system failing at even ensuring that our students meet the most basic standards of reading and math. Man, do we have some work cut out for us here in America. It's time for our leaders, from moms and dads on the school board all the way up to the President of the United States, to stand up for our future by standing up for our kids. That's what we need to be doing in this country right now. No child should be forced to go to a failing school, period. School choice should be afforded to every single American family to ensure that we hold our schools accountable for our children's education. Right? Seems pretty basic. Remote learning was bad enough for our kids, for their education and their development. Now these woke teachers want them to memorize 50 different genders and sexualities. You got pronouns. It's too much for kids to handle. No child should be learning about anything sexual from a teacher, period. And no school in the United States of America should ever teach our kids to hate our country. They should not be teaching a single child that one race is superior or inferior to another. They should ensure that our children grow up knowing how truly blessed they are to live in a country that guarantees the equality, not of the outcome, but the equality.
See, right now she's coming through very clear. Okay, so we are just testing quality here, trying to get this going properly for you guys. I know that there's still technical difficulties, but we're on it. I'm now checking the sound. I hear that the video quality is manageable. What was that? You said I'm clear? Okay, so I'm coming through clear. The video quality is manageable. Okay. All right, so let's get that. Let's go ahead and get that restream back up in there because it sounds like they're getting hype. So.
Now, I don't know about you guys here, but 2024 cannot come soon enough. Are we ready to get Joe Biden out of the White House, ladies and gentlemen? Are we ready to take back the Senate in 2024? Well, I know you guys have a big speaker coming up tomorrow. Donald Trump, anybody gonna come see him speak? I can't think of anybody better to be the 45th and the 47th president of the United States than my father-in-law, Donald J. Trump. Anybody want to see that happen in this room? All right. Ladies and gentlemen, we are in this fight with you every single step of the way. He will see you here tomorrow, and we will see you in 2024 when we win one more time. Let's go do it, guys. Thank you so much.
Okay, everybody. So I'm currently just walking around looking for someone in particular. Just someone that I spoke to earlier. I want you guys to meet. And because I don't want to keep too much suspense going, his name is Dr. Dave Simone. Yes, share it out, guys. I'm looking for Dr. Dave Simone, who's an awesome person, and I had an amazing conversation with him. I can't seem to find him anywhere up here.
Whatever. And I just got
Really don't
country. A lot of people say he's not close.
All right, so I'm going to keep looking for Dr. Dave. Let's put the other screen up.
more energized.
Put the live feed up.
Looks like you understand the beauty and the power.
Rusty now. Hello. Can you hear me? So we put the other live feed up. Oh, there they are. Look at that. Look at what I ran into. You know what it is, brother. It's my dog right here. I'm looking for Dr. Dave right now. So, Giotto Glow and Ron J. Splice. Awesome concert last night. My audio sucks going through on the live feed. They couldn't. They get anything. They couldn't hear it. Yeah. It has to be because of how close the mics were to the speakers. Yeah. So we heard it perfectly where we were. So, but either way, I don't know. Hold on, real quick. Key. Hello. Hey, bro, we going this way. All right, I'll catch up with you. I'm here. Put the main screen up. Every time the dirt up, I want them on unless I'm actually talking to people.
Won't be handed to us. And I think that's why it feels different this year. The future of our American miracle is on the line in a way that I've not seen since, goodness gracious, since maybe I was in high school. Just a few weeks ago, I watched the Chinese fly spy balloon over our ICBM fields. Someone asked me if that would have happened if I was still there, and I said, well, had it, I would have been the former Secretary of State. We've watched Russia invade Ukraine, driving up costs for each and every one of us here at home. I think of my home state of Kansas, where fertilizer to put crops in the field is more expensive now. And they're threatening our friends around the world as well. But of course, those sometimes seem a little far away. These threats are inside the gates. They're here at home. Indeed, although I served as Secretary of State, my first job was as an assistant manager at Baskin-Robbins. So I know things here too. Somebody's got 31 flavors up. Yeah, excellent. Look, our greatest threats are here. They're from within. It's the real challenge we face today. We're losing respect for individual freedom. A unified faith in the American purpose and a shared commitment to pass this miracle on to our children is at risk. But I think last year, 2022, the second year of the Biden administration, was a wake-up call for all of us, for conservatives, for those of us who have these long-held deep beliefs that aren't new to this fight. We should have won big. I'm happy that we won the House, but we barely captured it. We see inflation, gas prices, high border crisis. We all know these problems. Others have spoken about them, but we didn't capture that. We lost 3 elections in a row, and the popular vote in 7 of the last 8. There are many reasons for this, but one of them is I think they've lost trust in the conservative ideas, and this is the task that's in front of us. And I am
Okay, so it looks like we lost the restream for the moment. I'm gonna come down here. Hopefully it holds. And I'm still looking for Dr. Dave, but if I don't see him out here by the escalators, then I'm going to go back to the car. God bless you guys. Yeah, and I'm not seeing him. So he's probably back in there, but we got to get that technical difficulty figured out real quick. So, actually, hold on. I'm going to mute my microphone, guys. This is my favorite booth, everybody. Right here. Favorite booth. Triangle Fragrance is amazing. They have a awesome cologne there for men and women called the Scent of Freedom, and and it is the rave of this awesome place. And they are always friendly. They offer something I'm gonna be looking into here. Where you guys will be able to make some money off of it. So stay tuned. This Triangle Fragrance is going to take over the fragrance industry.